Hello and welcome back. You're tuned into Revision Hub with Jazzy Jane. I'm back with another video, and this video I'll be looking at crime and deviance. Crime and deviance is an AQA sociology topic, and this is the second video of the topic of crime and deviance. You guys who have watched my first video, you must have learnt about the key definitions: what is crime, what is deviance, whether crime or deviance is socially constructed or not. We looked at various different examples. So I want you right now to fetch a few materials next to you and write down or jot down what you remember from my previous video. I think this process is essential because if you do not know the definitions, it'll be very, very hard for you to understand the other topics I'll be looking at in my next few videos. So please, please, please do this right now. And if you are confident, press the thumbs up icon right now. If you are not, supposedly, it's okay. If you don't understand a particular topic, please comment in the comment section that okay, I don't understand this. I'll try my level best to make another video or try to make the explanation much more clear for you. Also, if you guys have forgotten a particular section or topic, go back to my YouTube channel. There will be playlists where you can click on crime and deviance or whatever topic you need. There will be there. Just click on it, you will find it there. Okay, so please do this, and because I think this is an essential step for you to get a really high grade within sociology. So pause, have a go, and do this. Okay, for those of you who've done it, well done. So today we'll be looking at various different perspectives. To begin with, we'll look at the functionalist perspective. The functionalists, as we all know, when we look at beliefs in society, when we look at religion and all those sorts of things, functionalists, we come across Durkheim, and we come across this key word, social solidarity, which means togetherness. Here we visit Durkheim again. Durkheim, again a functionalist, argues that crime comes into three different characteristics. Crime is relative, crime is functional, crime is universal. Universal in the sense that crime exists everywhere in the world. You can see it and you cannot stop it. Durkheim argues that crime creates a social solidarity. Social solidarity in the sense it brings the community together. So the community, if a crime is taking place, they all gather around somewhere and they have a discussion about this crime. So this crime, A, brings social solidarity, and B, tells other people that, you know what, this behavior is considered as wrong, and whereas this behavior is considered as right. So Durkheim argues that the main function of crime is A, to bring social solidarity, and B, is to set a positive example of what is considered as right and wrong behaviour within society. Examples of this can be seen through Remembrance Day services, the London riots. Some of you must have heard about the London riots. London riots were simple riots that took place, and after the very, very, very bad riots that took place, it led to social solidarity. Crime led to social solidarity because there were various different cleaning up projects that were set up there. Durkheim also defines anonymity. Anonymity is a breakdown in society which is caused by two factors: moral confusion caused by poor socialization. These are the fact that they are not taught the norms and values. As a result, they result in crime. So Durkheim argues that there's this key term known as anonymity that takes place. And when this key term of anonymity takes place, it's because these individuals commit crime because they are not taught the norms and values. They're not set a right example. So as a result, it equals to an increase within crime, hence why crime is relative, hence why crime is functional, hence why crime is universal. Okay, so let's criticize this. It is criticized. Durkheim is criticized because this particular definition of Durkheim does not tell us what is considered as the right amount of crime, what is right, what is wrong, what level is needed. So Durkheim says that small amount of crime is good because it helps to bring social solidarity, it helps to tell us what is right and wrong. Also, crime is really, really good because it tells people what is right, what is wrong, and also it tells us why crime occurs. Simply, crime occurs because of the lack of norms and values which are not taught. So, however, obviously this is criticised because it does not tell us what is considered as the right amount of crime. Number two, it does not tell us why people commit crime, why people do commit crime. So there's some people who really, really commit crime, while some who just do not commit crime. It does not tell us the difference why people do and why people do not. There's no barrier which differentiates these two characteristics. Hopefully this is making sense, and it's very important for you to know these examples to get more marks as well as some criticisms. Continuing in, we look at Merton. Merton is another functionist which you have not heard about. So, Merton is a sociologist, and he argues that, in USA it's all about, there's a huge stress on Americans being financially stable, and they should not be economically dependent on anybody. They should be very financially strong. They should have their houses, they should have luxury cars and stuff like that. That's what the USA is all about, and all of these things are also stressed within the American law book and stuff like that. It's always there. So in the American Dream, I can say, it's like a law book. So American Dream actually stresses the need to be financially stable, and it sets out how people should fulfill the goal, which is mainly to be financially stable. They stress on this. So this stress is known as a strain. So there is a goal which we have. Suppose I have a goal to be financially rich and stable. And as a result, this goal being constantly repeated by the media, constantly repeated and repeated, it causes me to feel some sort of tension and stress. I feel stress. Oh my gosh, I've got this goal. How am I going to fulfill this goal? As a result of this strain, if I am unable to fulfill this goal within legal means, as a result, I will take upon illegal ways, so crime, as you can say. As a result, I will be criminal and I will commit criminal and deviant activities. As a result, I will be able to fulfill this goal. So, Merton argues that it's all because of this American dream that puts this pressure on us and causes us to have this strain, causes us to have this tension between the goals and the means. The means is the way we achieve the goals. But if we have the goal of being financially stable and we cannot achieve it, we'll end up in crime so that we can make more money through criminal activities so we can fulfill the goal. So, there are various different things and categories he categorizes this in. First is ritualism. So they give up to achieve their goals but still stick to the means. They're like, okay, we've got these goals, but we just can't achieve it. Full stop. Retroism is people who just give up fully. They're just like, okay, I just don't really care. The other ones is conformity. They're non-criminal or non-deviant, so normal citizens who just do not commit any criminal or deviant activities. Whilst we have these innovationists, that's what I was on about. They can't achieve the goal, so obviously they stick to the means, but then they go to these illegal ways just so they can fulfill these goals. Rebellion is that they create a new society. Again, this is what Merton's saying. No, sorry, actually I said it wrong. The innovationists, they just can't achieve the goal, so stick to the means, same as ritualism. But rebellion is the one actually who faces a strain, causes this sort of tension and stress. As a result, they move into illegal ways of committing criminal and deviant activities. Sorry about that confusion. Hopefully Merton is clear. Next, still about Merton. So Merton argues that there's obviously that strain. So this is like a summary, guys. So Merton argues there's a strain that they want people to fulfill their goals, but some of them cannot because they do not have the goals, or they do not have the means to do so. For example, education, to actually be financially stable, maybe. As a result of this strain, they commit crime and deviant behavior so that they can fulfill this goal. This causes an anomaly. Anomaly is something that Durkheim looks at. What is anomaly? Pause and have a think. We looked at this in my previous slide, and anomaly is simply like the breakdown of society as a result of these sort of criminal activities that take place. So, it's positively criticized because it builds on Durkheim as well as his work. Taylor argues that not all crime actually results in financial gain. If I have committed a crime, it may result me to be in court or have like legal proceedings against myself. Anomaly is hard to define, hard to operationalize. How will I know if it's anomaly or not? It's very difficult to differentiate whether something is considered as anomaly or not anomaly. And assumptions. Could it just be some sort of set of assumptions? Could Merton's theory just be fake overall? It's just something that they're just saying. Is it actually true? Does it actually have material within it? These are few criticisms which people actually look at, and you can use this when you criticize Merton's view. Obviously, they're positive and negative criticisms, so both of them will be taken in account. So, Merton and Durkheim both obviously use the term anomaly, both look at how social control can reduce crime, and both looked at shared values, which is known as shared value consensus. However, the differences between the two is that Durkheim defines anomaly as moral confusion caused by two things. What are they? Poor socialization, okay? As they are not taught the norms and values, as a result, they result into criminal or deviant activities. Durkheim does not look at inequality, whilst Merton does. Whilst Merton argues that anomaly is the strain between the goals and the means, which Durkheim simply does not. Durkheim thinks of something else. Okay, let's look at the control theory. So, control theory argues that social order is based on two things. A is socialization. What is B? B is shared values. Hershey's is a sociologist like a control theory sociologist. Hershey argues that humans are rational. When they commit a crime, they weigh out the advantages and disadvantages. If the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, then more advantages over disadvantages, then they will commit crime. And people always weigh these advantages and disadvantages if a person has a weakness. And as a result of this weakness, they are tempted to commit crime when the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. So hopefully this makes sense and you can see the control theory about how crime is caused due to socialization and the shared values. And it's because humans, whenever they commit crime, they weigh out the benefits and risks. If it overweighs it, then they will commit a crime because they have some sort of weakness. Hershey also argues humans have social bonds, and when these social bonds weaken, it causes people to lack social control and commit crime. For example, of social bonds would be family and friends. Hershey's looks at social bonds which we gain through socialization and social control, as we looked at in my previous slide. So, why do people have weak social bonds is a question to actually ask. And this is actually, if you ask this question to this theory, it actually proves as a criticism because it does not tell us why do people have weak social bonds in particular. Why do they have weak social bonds? Is it because of those weak social bonds that they commit crime? But why? Why do people with strong social bonds still commit crime, like white collar crime or corporate crime, which we'll be looking at in my next few videos too? Why people with weak social bonds still do not commit crime. So these are weaknesses, and obviously this one is a strength. Please try to use them and incorporate them within your answer because this helps you to get higher marks. So what we've learned, hopefully we've learned a lot about the functionalist perspective. You know the similarities, the differences between functionalists, Durkheim and Merton. What is the control theory as well. Next video, I'll be looking at various different subcultural theories. So please till then, revise, rest, test and repeat yourself from the content that you've learned in this video and all other previous videos. Please follow me. I'm here on Instagram. You can scan this name tag. Okay, so again, I just want to say that please like my videos, subscribe. There'll be a smiley somewhere. Please press it and just subscribe because that encourages me to make more videos which are useful to you guys. Comment if you are not sure on anything that you do not know, and please press the bell icon to never miss my video. Thank you so much for tuning in into Revision Hub with Jazzy J. Stay tuned.